Hi, viewers. Welcome to another edition of My Clinic Live. How are you today? Hope you are enjoying your weekend. I remain your host, Marlaya and Okuti. Thank you so much for joining us again, for always watching, for following us. I would like to say a big thank you to all my clinic members, all our followers. Thank you so much for your participation across our platforms. Thank you to all our new joiners. I celebrate all our new subscribers as well on YouTube. Thank you so much. All our new joiners on Facebook, thank you for joining us. Please feel free to leave us a comment, leave us a like, ask questions, and we would like to hear from you. So today we are going to be discussing an interesting topic which says why it's important that you are happy at home more than anywhere else. Why it's important that you are happy at home more than anywhere else. Now, home is supposed to be the place where the heart is. Home is meant to be the happy place. I mean, the happy place, the merry place is supposed to be home. Home is supposed to be the safe haven. I mean, where you feel safe, where you feel you're secured, where you feel warmed. Home is meant to be a place where you retreat into, where you go back. I mean, to recharge, to rest, to refuel after you might have faced the hustle and bustle out there in the world. I mean, home is a place where you come back to, where you return to rest, to refuel, to recharge, to regain your energy, and to prepare yourself and be set, for probably another day's work or other days activity. So a lot is supposed to be happening in the home. I mean, home should be a place where our heart is, because home is actually the place where good memories are being created. The thought of home alone should well help this happiness on your inside, should make you have this strong desire to want to quickly go home, return to your loved ones, be in the arms of your partner, in the arms of your children, right? Because you know that that is where you draw your strength from. However, it is apparent in some homes or in some marriages that this is not how it is, or this ideal is not what plays out. For some couples, for some married people, home for them is an horrific place. Home for them is a place they don't want to go to. When they remember home, they feel like, no, I don't want to go back to that place. Some of them are happier everywhere else except at home. Some are happier, being with their colleagues, being with their friends, hanging out with other people, except, coming back home. For some people, when they think of the thought of going back home, their heart begins to pound and their minds begin to skip. Now, it's not supposed to be like that. I mean, home should be a place where you are looking forward to, to go back to refreshing yourself, to recharge yourself, to get love, the necessary warmth, companionship, everything that you need, to face the outside world again. And that takes me to the point that, see, if you don't make home the happy place, that is when everywhere else, will be appealing to you. Everywhere else will be attractive to you except home. Home is actually meant to be the happy place. You are supposed to create happiness in your home as a spouse, as the husband, or as the wife. So what does that mean? That means that home should actually be the happy place both for her and for him. I mean, it should be the happy place for the man, and it should equally be the happy place for the woman. It shouldn't be the happy place for the man, while for the woman it's it's an unhappy place. No, it shouldn't be like that. I mean, there should be a balance whereby it's equally his own happy place and is equally her own happy place. So, and you know that, see, the home or the building, the building is not the home. What makes the home is the people residing in it, is the people living inside the home. They are the one that create the peace. They are the one that creates the love. They are the one that create the warmth, the comfort, the security, the sense of belonging, and the sense of identity that you would normally get from the home. It is the people in there that create it. It's not about the building. It's not about what the physical edifice. No, it's about those of us living in that home, how we relate with each other, how we behave to each other, how we help, each other or one another, how we respect, one another, how we care about each other. Those memories are the things that spur us as human beings to want to go back home. Those are the things that spur us as a people, to always want to return home. Now, it has been proven that the environment where people live, the home, the kind of home where people live or come from, is closely linked to their well-being. Now, the that means that for us to know the extent to which your well-being would be said to be intact, or to be in a good shape, for us to be able to say, oh, you are in a good well-being, or you are in a proper well-being, then we should check what is happening at home. Because in a way, whatever is happening at home will reflect on our emotional and on our psychological well-being. It will also reflect on our physical well-being, and that is why you see some people, some couples who are unhappy at home. When you see them out there, they look gloomy, their faces look dark, they are not brightened, they look withdrawn, they look isolated, they look rejected, dejected. Some are going through depression, some are already depressed, some are even considering the thought of suicide, some are toxic in their behavior. Why? Because they are hurting on their inside, so they don't mind, going about hurting others. So you see all these things playing out when you find someone coming out from a home where there is so much unhappiness, there's so much hatred, there's so much bitterness, there is no love, there's no care. See, it will definitely tell on your physical look, it will tell on your countenance, even your inner being will know that something is wrong on the on the outside. It will definitely impact on even the way you behave, the way you react. It will always get to you in one way, or the other. And home is meant to be the dream place. I mean, it's supposed to be that place where you withdraw to dream, to bath your dreams, to bath your vision. That is where you're supposed to have that private time to yourself, to be able to think. I mean, home should be that your creative place, the place where you can think straight should be home. I mean, when people go out there, they face the stress out there, probably the traffic, the bad bosses at work, they face so many things. When they come home, they shouldn't be facing the same thing. I mean, when they come home, they should come home to warm embrace. They should come home to a peaceful environment, a saner environment, a quiet environment, an environment that will enable want to think, an environment that refuels your energy. I mean, it shouldn't be another environment for negative vibrations, for negative energies. No, 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 no. Because see, when negative energies um are too much, or is too much around a human being, it can kill the person's morale, it can kill the person's psychological well-being, it can even kill the person's emotion. And when all that you are being surrounded by is negative energy at home, you're surrounded by negative energy out there at work, you're surrounded by toxic people that all they give to you is negative energy. See, I tell you, there is no way you yourself will be sane. So that means that your happiness lies in your hands. And at the same time, it is also good as a partner, or as a spouse in the marriage, to create an happy environment for the other party to thrive in. I mean, you should always make a conscious effort to ensure that this marriage, this home, is my own happy place, and at the same time it is his own happy place. It is his own happy place, and it is equally our own happy place. I mean, it shouldn't just be one person's happy place while the other person finds everything up happening in the marriage, being unhappy, and they don't find it fulfilling. So what happens at home, you know, actually determine whether our lives out there will be meaningful or not. I mean, when home is not settled, when home is not peaceful, I tell you, out there, every other thing you do will not make sense to you. It will no longer be meaningful. Why? Because you will not even have that height of energy that you require to perform out there. Why? Because everything happening at home is sapping your energy, is causing you to be depressed, it's making you unhappy. And when you are unhappy, I tell you, you will not be at your best performance. You will not be able to give your best when you are unhappy. And that is why it is very important that you are happy at home more than anywhere else. It is very, very important that you are happy at home more than everywhere else. So, what does that mean? Because if you are going to be happy at home more than everywhere else, then that means you have to make conscious effort to make home actually the happy place. It's going to be a deliberate effort to make home the happy place. Like I said, home is not the building, it's not the house, it's not the edifice where we reside. Home is actually that relationship, the people inside the building, how we relate with one another, how we care for each other. That is the home, and you are the one to create the environment, the kind of home that you want to come back to, the kind of home that will create lasting memories, those good memories that wants to bring you back home at all time. You are the one to create it. You and your spouse, you and your partner, have that responsibility to create that happiness in your home. So I hear some people say, ma'am, say me, I'm just tired, I'm fed up, I'm married to someone that he does everything he does is provocative, he's the cheating type, he's not honest, he's not truthful. I just feel like going somewhere else. I'm just tired of the marriage and all of that. Now, the truth is, see, that is the reality the person is going through, and we cannot tell the person that, oh, it's not been real, you're not you're not actually going through that. That is their reality at that point in time. However, see, it's now left for you how you handle the issue, because honestly, at times when negative vibrations, when negative energy and toxic persons are too much around a human being, it could lead to all form of mishap in the life of the person. It could affect their health, it could affect even their spiritual stand with God. The things they shouldn't be thinking about, they start thinking of it. The things they don't want to do, they will start doing it. It could affect every facet of their life. So what you should do is you assess the situation. You assess the situation. If it's becoming so critical that it's like, oh, change is not visible or forthcoming from this person, then you may need to decide whether you want to take some time out, whereby you want to go to another environment that will help you regain your sanity, regain your happiness. You're sure that you are now whole, you can think straight. Then by then you will be in a better frame of mind to take a decision. But don't take decision immediately just based on what is happening around you or what you are saying. You have to really sit down, take time to assess the situation. However, see, it is it would be disadvantageous to both you and to that partner when you make your home a hell rather than making it a happy place. It will even affect your children. See, it will affect your children in the sense that they see all these things. Your negative attitude, your negative behavior in that marriage is contagious. They can see it, they can feel it. The children knows when you are happy, when the other person is unhappy. They can tell the difference, between when you are happy and you are not happy. So they can feel these things, and it's actually contagious. Now, another thing is the energies that you should be putting in creative things, the energies you should be diverting into productive things that can help you increase your financial capacity, that can help you experience financial increase, financial breakthrough. You are channeling that energy, into other thoughts that will not be productive. Why? Because that marriage is going through so many crises. So even financially, you will be affected. Why? Because the energy you should put in growing wealth, thinking, okay, how can I multiply my wealth? How can I create wealth? How can I improve my finances? What can I do better? What can I do differently? What new things can I do, to earn additional income? The time you should be spending on that, the energy you should be using on that, you are using it, to either quarrel, to fight, to keep malice. So it's not worth it. It's not really worth it, because you stand to lose a lot when you are not happy at home. And that is why I said that home is supposed to be the happy place. So it's supposed to be the happy place, and you are supposed to make it the happy place. So you need to change your attitude. Then you might need to change your environment once in a while. You could take a break. I mean, you could go on vacation, you could travel a bit just to create some space, just to detach yourself from all the negative energies around, and get your senses back. I mean, then you should focus on the things that you can control. When you feel like, oh, the situation at home is overwhelming, is uncontrollable, this partner seems like the difficult one, this partner is uncontrollable, he doesn't listen, he's dishonest, she's dishonest, she's not transparent, they hide things, this, that. When you are experiencing all of that, then maybe it's time for you to ignore for now whatever it is they are doing, and focus on the things you can control. The things you can control will be, okay, your own. You should be able to control your own life, your own time. You should be able to control your own choices. You choose, to do this, you choose to do that, regardless of what the other person is doing. Then I would say, lastly, talk to them about it. One of the ways by which you can create happiness in your home is to talk and communicate with your partner about those things that you are not happy with, those things that you frown at in that marriage, those things that is making you unhappy in that marriage. It's better to talk about them. It's better to discuss those issues. I mean, be honest about it, be open about it, be transparent. There is no point bottling things up, and you are now acting out, or you are acting towards him or her based on the things you have bottled up. As adults, it's better to speak up. It's better to voice out and say, this is what you're doing that I don't like. I would really appreciate if this matter can be addressed, if this issue can be addressed, so that we can all be happy in this home. Because sincerely, if you continue with that unhappy lifestyle at home, I tell you, it would impact on your health. It will impact on your mental health, your physical health, emotionally. You would not be stable psychologically. You will not be stable, and it will, all these things. It's like a ripple effect. It will definitely spiral into other aspects or facets of your life. It will affect your career at some point. It will affect other aspects of your life, your finances. It will affect quite a number of things, and that is why you should learn to set your priorities right. Your priority should be home. Your priority should be family first. Your priority should be spouse and your children. I mean, try to ensure they are happy. Try to ensure they are pleased with you. They are happy with you. Try to ensure that they want to spend the rest of their life with you, and they really mean it, and not that, oh, they feel like, oh, they need a break, or they should they should exit or quit to go try other things. So you need to be sure that you are truly making an impact. You need to be sure that you are spreading happiness in your home. You are doing the things that will make your spouse happy. So I would like to stop here now, because I think I have said a lot. So please, as couples, let's make sure we do our bit to ensure that we create happiness in our home, whatever it is you need to do to make sure the home is happy, that the home is our own happy place, the home is his own happy place, and the home is the children's happy place. Please, let's do it so that they are willing to come back home, to retreat or at home, to recharge at home, to refuel at home. Home is where love should be found. Home is where the training should be gotten. Home is where dreams should be battled. Home is where our creativity should be unlocked. So home is where even our privacy, our private time, our fellowship with God is being established. All these things happens at home. So home is vital to our existence as human beings. Because it's vital to our existence, you cannot afford to do things at home anyhow. You must pay attention to home. You must pay attention to people that make up the home, which is your spouse and your children, and you must make sure that they are happy. So I'd like to stop here now. I remain your host, Morlai and Obuti. Please don't forget to leave us a comment, a like. Please share this video with others so that they can learn from it. And also remember to subscribe to our YouTube channel if you are yet to do so. Till we'll see you again. I say bye bye.